Hello, everyone, and welcome back for the play day three of Bro League. Today we have the final quarterfinal of the Bro League, which is Meme Team that qualified yesterday, playing against Team Titans. We saw Meme Team playing yesterday. They are formidable opponents for Team Titans. We'll see as as the game goes through. We'll see how they play. Okay, so the roster of Meme Team, nothing different, nothing changed from yesterday. We have Wannabe Plat, we have Pupo and Jersey Man and Ham for One. And the roster for Team Titans, we have, I can't really see, but
Ghosty,
Ghosty, we have Movo, and the
Topak
rest.
Chu,
And Topakchu
we have
and
Shazil, and then we have Muaz Ahmed Maju.
And now we will bring on the map bans for you. Okay, so the first map we're going to be playing is Villa, on which Meme Team will be attacking first. And then Clubhouse has a second map, and the decider will be Oregon. Now, if this all goes to Oregon, it'll be a very interesting map because Oregon is a very well-known map, and everyone knows how Oregon works. And Oregon is usually referred to as the map where big teams go to die. So it'll be interesting. It'll be an interesting matchup nonetheless. Villa being a very defender-sided map, so it'll be interesting to see how Meme Team decides to play it on the attack. And now we'll just be loading into the first map, that is Villa. As we start the ban phase for the first map, Villa. It'll be interesting to see who Titans ban because they are on the attack. They are on the defense, so who will they be banning? Probably Hibana or a Maverick. And no, a Thermite ban of all things. Now, that's a very interesting ban because Thermite is very important in attacking Aviator games and Study and the Trophy Room. So usually teams would make their strategies around him, and the Jackal ban, Villa being a very huge map, does not really accommodate the defenders who are roaming because it's easy to corner the defenders into one side and then a
Oh, so they
Mira ban.
banned Mira, yeah. So I think that's why they banned out Thermite. They were reading the call. They were reading, how Mira was gonna get banned because you can't really attack an open aviator wall with Thermite when there's a Mira around. So
Fair enough. And now the final ban coming in by Team Titans. And it is going to be the Valkyrie. Very interesting bans, both Echo, Maestro being left on the playing field. Definitely very powerful operators for this defense. Team Titans certainly on the upper edge on this ban phase. It'll be interesting to see how they play this one out. And straight away, Maestro being picked up with the dog, so probably a double, maybe a triple ACOG going to be brought up by the defenders because they are left on the board.
yep, there it is.
Triple. Do we see the fourth ACOG? Do we see the Echo pick as
I
well?
doubt it.
No,
Yeah,
Alibi
Alibi.
being brought.
You know what? It might be six picked up. So
Yeah, maybe trying to throw off the attackers because there's no IQ on the board, so they might want that and look into that, read into that, and just bring the the Echo regardless.
there
Shax
was a
on
Twitch
the
on the board
Alibi.
though.
Yeah, there is a Twitch on the board, and Shax actually six-picking onto the Vigil, so one roam operator being six-pick onto the other, realizing that there is no IQ on the board. The Vigil will have free roam in the entire map. It'll be difficult to drone him and pinpoint his location, although the aura that is given off on the drones will be able to give the attackers a hint as to where the Vigil is playing, because a
Just a
roll.
little hint though, yeah.
Mhm.
Because if you can't even see how much or where he is from the droning, like if you just carelessly jump to a window, you think Vigil is there, but you still don't know where he is. You don't know which corner he's in. You don't know where he's aiming at, so you still can't just randomly blindly jump into Vigil. You have to wait out those 12 seconds, until his ability goes off, and then you gotta jump in there and then see where he is and then shoot him down.
Yeah, 12 seconds though is a lot of time
A
in
lot
this
of time.
game. The some settings being tweaked out by our admin here. Hopefully not making a big issue. Yeah, there we go. We are back in the game. A couple of west side spawns, a couple of east side spawns, fountain spawns. The Hibana being brought for the uh, ban for Thermite. The Hibana is now a necessity for the attackers. It'll be interesting to see if there will be an impact trick on the Hibana, because if you put the Hibana pellets near the ground, and like if you put them low enough, it's very difficult to get rid of them. As you can see, the attackers now moving in from the main bedroom. It's a very interesting attack strategy, because usually this is what not a lot of people will do. They usually take it to study and have
Yeah, they
maybe.
take balcony first. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Maybe they just want to flush Vigil out before they get flanked or something.
yeah, that's a good strategy, and they're definitely committing to it. As we can see Vigil downstairs in music room looking to run out towards the balcony. He may be able to catch the Hibana or the sledge out on the balcony of the master bedroom.
Very interesting though. There is no mute or bandit, so if Hibana can take 90 or maybe study, she can open up some for the attackers.
Yeah, she can though, but once again, the Vigil and the Legion being brought could be very interesting, because they can easily impact trick onto the Hibana pellets, no matter where they're put, because Hibana pellets on the gold wall are far more easier to actually impact trick, and Twitch will actually come in.
Twitch gets down.
And she's taken out. And it's a quick refrag by the sledge as well, so that's the Twitch down as well as the dock. So fair trade, I would say. Both the French operators on both teams being down, and the Vigil now on the master bedroom on the flank. He gets a nice kill onto the Thatcher, so that's a Thatcher of Pupo gone. Claymore and possibly all three of the impact grenades still in the hands, and another kill. So it's all down to the Zofia, and one more kill coming out, so it's a 2v3. Fair trade still coming out. Meme team not willing to let go, as Zofia now has control of 90 and has the gold vault open, so that's a lot of control in the hands of the attackers, but not a lot of manpower to utilize this, as the Vigil is still near the 90, and Maestro peeking into the gold vault. And another kill by the Vigil. It's all down to the Hibana, who decides to push in, and it's an easy cleanup for the defenders. Unfortunate, losing a lot of manpower early on in the round. The
Not
Vigil
as easy as it did like though.
No, not as easy. The defenders though, a bit uncomfortable losing the Dog and the Legion. A lot of utility was lost, but unfortunately they were unable to capitalize on it and actually get a take into the site because of the mad disadvantage they were already on. The defenders now moving for
So we will be seeing
trophy
a trophy
defense.
defense, yeah.
Yeah, trophy generally considered the secondary bomb site, although some teams have preferred it to be the primary one. So let's see how this works out. The Maestro being brought out once again with the Dog, so double ACOG, and the Mute. The primary change on the defender side is the Mute. Now that's a lot of information that can be gathered by the attackers, is going to be able to be stopped by the Mute. It'll be interesting to see where he decides to put them. The Twitch being brought alongside the Thatcher though, they
And
can
we
be
do
easily
see a
brought.
Blackbeard on the attack, this time instead of.
I cannot hear you clearly. Sad.
Yeah, the Blackbeard being brought on by Ham for one. He has been
Yeah.
landing his shots very efficiently in the first map yesterday. Let's see how he does it this time around. As you can see, the defenders actually reinforcing the closet walls. You don't see that a lot of times. Usually defenders would leave that open and maybe poke some holes in it to attack anyone who decides to vault into closet. So that's a very interesting defense strategy being brought on.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds to go.
And here we go. The prep phase nearly done, and now we are moving into the action phase. Wannabe player at 3 spawns on the fountain side once again. The attack is looking to take 4 spawns actually. Yeah, 4 spawns. Now I see the 4th one. The defenders, the Blackbeard, although solo on this stable side, looking to see if he can possibly rappel onto the 90 hallway window.
Yeah, let's see if we can put those shields.
Yeah, there we go. The mute jammer is coming into play as it blocks the Zophia's drone. That's a drone lost. That's some crucial information being lost as the dog just puts down some barbed wire. This rotation into astronomy though, very powerful as it allows the defenders to play inside armor astronomy, meanwhile also influencing the site of Trophy. This Maestro cam on the bedroom will be very difficult to spot by the defenders, by the attackers, and if they're not careful, Ivana might be losing her pellets if she decides to shoot her pellets from outside and not account for the Maestro cam. She's just running outside, waiting for info from her teammates. The Blackbeard using his shield to just peek inside, making sure there's no one being too bold. Puppo on that Thatcher being also cautious as to when she peeks. As meanwhile, the Twitch actually just runs on into Study and AVG now. This is a very fast clear into AVG. There's a lot of map control that is being given away by the defenders, and now she can actually peek into side. She will come in gunfight. She will miss some of the shots. Actually, no, she's opening up the barricades, making sure she has some line of view, and no, she will be able to spot someone back there, I think, but the first kill goes to the Blackbeard, who's actually moved all the way into bedroom. The Maestro being very uncomfortable in a situation because he's being pinned from multiple angles. The Twitch looking to see if anyone's still here. There's a perfect crossfire being made between the Blackbeard and the Twitch, and if they can get this wall open, and as another kill goes into the attackers, the Blackbeard has lost a shield, but the damage has been done to the defenders. That's the Jaeger and the Legion off the board. 2 mines as another one goes down. That's the mute. The C4 being lost by the defenders. It's all down to the double A call of Maestro and Dog. Can they pull this off? And no.
Yeah, Maestro loses it. He was in a very powerful position though. He can see right through those holes, you know, with his ACOG, but he just missed some of the shots there.
Unfortunate, as the Dog is all the way in 90. He will not be able to do much more as the Hibana just rushes onto him. Knows where he is, pre-fires and pulls the angle.
Much cleaner round by the attackers, you know, since as compared to the last one, they did sweep things up very nicely.
They did tweak up their attack quite well, bringing out that Blackbeard. This just shows they were well versed on this trophy attack, as the defenders will decide to go to trophy once again. I will doubt this because there is no other site that Villa.
Actually, they are going to dining and kitchen.
Yeah, but they're not as defendable as trophy. And no, as I say this, the defenders decide to go to kitchen now.
Yeah.
So
That's what I'm trying to point out.
Fair enough, fair enough.
That early frag by Blackbeard did set the momentum for their attack, so let's see if he can do it again.
It'll be interesting to see how they play out. The defenders definitely trying to keep the attackers on their toes as the Dokebi being brought on instead of the Twitch.
Well, that's going to be very annoying.
Yeah, very annoying for the attackers. Definitely the roam on the alibi.
It's probably the only girl you don't want to call from.
As we move into the round number 3 of this map, 1-1 scoreline. A dining kitchen defense, not something you see normally, but the defenders being very confident in this defense, knowing the fact that they are able to. As you can see, a couple of defenders actually moving upstairs now. The alibi running around the side, making sure all the defenses are up to date.
5 seconds left.
It'll be very interesting to see how they hold the upstairs though, because the kitchen, the roof of the kitchen is very destructible. So if the attackers are able to gain control of master bedroom, they can easily shoot down the floor and possibly poke holes and annoy the defenders. The Zofia being brought on and possibly breaching charges on the Thatcher of Pupo.
Legion
as we'll
has
find out.
opened up some angles from upstairs, so I think he's going to
And
be doing that job.
unfortunately, we will see a disconnect by Pupo. Truly unfortunate timing as the Thatcher is being lost. Some utility being lost, but I think the Zofia can make up for it by using her impact grenades to poke holes in the flooring and ceiling and getting rid of any bandit charges or Jaeger ADSs. Meanwhile, the Dokebi all the way into basement, making sure there's no one deciding to roam from here. The call going out. Very efficient roam player so far, but basement has been cleared out. She'll miss some shots, but no, she actually downs her. I'm not sure she has, but no. Some damage done. The call still going on to the Jaeger as Pupo has actually returned. Meanwhile, wannabe Plaid still outside the building, waiting for info from her teammates. Bandit just hanging out by this door, by the wall of music room, waiting for the attackers to push through, waiting for intel. The Dekebi will once again move up these stairs. A very difficult position for her to push, but the Legion upstairs though, I don't think the attackers realize that the Legion is still here, and he will get a kill onto the Dekebi. That's down to a 3v5, a very disconnected push by the Dekebi, the attackers not being in a position to refrag, and the Legion will get another kill. He will run out, and that's a clean up by the defenders. Amazing round by the defenders. Really, the Legion holding on to that master bedroom, being the downfall for the attackers, as he had all the information in the world, and he just ran out for that final kill, just to style on the attackers. What do you think, Saad?
Yeah, I think the defenders really had that map, this site down. They didn't go to kitchen for nothing, it seems. But in this aspect, as we saw in the start of the round, they started clearing from the bottom, and nobody really did go up top. So that gave Legion, a bit of free roaming. And when he had the right information mid round, he could go on, picked up those really impact kills.
Yeah, a very interesting style of attack by the attackers, because usually you would clear from the top first and not the bottom. Um, no one was actually roaming downstairs, so I think that was just poor drone work coming in from Mean Team, not realizing that the basement is clear and it's the Legion upstairs that they should be focusing their attack towards. It's not
But
enough
it's not
manpower.
really their fault, because in the start, they did see Vigil downstairs, so they had to be, very, So Villa is kind of, special in that kind of respect. There's 3 floors to check for the attacker, so they can't.
Yeah, as the Vigil is now being brought out by Shax once again, so his roam will be very influential as it was last time around. The defenders defended AVG or Aviator Games. The doors towards Terra Statuary are being barricaded. Legion just putting some goo mines on this 90 hallway. Make sure to gather as much information using those goo mines as possible, putting them on choke points. A Vigil still in sight, waiting for the timer to run out, so when he can actually run away. As you can see, he'll quickly scurry away as far away from the site as possible. He's now gonna go all the way into astronomy and downstairs. It's as if the floor is hot lava, the site is hot lava, and he's just running as far away as possible.
I don't think even Ash can run this fast.
Ran, if you could just cycle the AR down. Yeah. as the finally some drone work coming in from the attackers now. The drone being down by the mute jammer, so perfect mute jammer placement, really allowing for the attackers to, but for the defenders to take as much information from the attackers as possible. The dog playing in a very precarious situation, precarious position, because if there is a push from those south hallways, south stairs towards the trophy stairs, as some call them. The Legion actually in a perfect position for that. So perfect positioning by the defenders, making sure that every position is covered and everyone knows that they are being covered by someone
A bomb
else.
has been
As you can see,
located.
the first casualty being Pablo Discobar on that Ash. The Ash not being very influential once again, dying early on in the round as we now eclipse the 1 minute 40 mark. This Vigil on the stairs, just going up and down, making sure the
Yeah,
attackers are
so
on their toes.
the defenders do have that hatch opened up, so they can see from below because they have seen the attackers clear out from below pretty much for the last 3 rounds. So they are looking for a free kill off that hatch, it seems. And Vigil is roaming downstairs, to bait them downstairs so somebody can get a kill off the hatch.
Yeah, as the sledge is now cooking a grenade, will be able to catch someone. Unfortunately not. The dog will be able to scurry away and heal himself back up to full health. Grenade not doing a lot of damage. The damage being done though. Sledge just moves in. He gets the kill onto the dog, so it's down to a 4v3 now. The beachhead, as someone says, people say, has been established on the 90 hallway, and that's a lot of control in the hands of the attackers as the Vigil will now go on the flank. This flank watch by Wannabe Plat and Zofia of Tersiman will be very important as she will soon come in contact with the Vigil and the Legion, I think. Yeah, so it's down to a 4v3, the advantage in the hands of the attackers. They will now look to push into size. Not a lot of time is left. And a flurry of kills by the defenders. It's all down to 1v3, the Sledge, the last man around. What's going on? The attack is falling apart. What just happened? This was looking to be a straightforward attack round. They cleared out the roamers, they cleared out all the map control that they needed, but they were just not on top of that gunfight. And the amazing gunfight, amazing gun sense by the defenders, knowing when to peek, knowing where to peek, the information being gathered on point. And I have to say, really poor attack by the attackers, by Meme Team. What do you think?
I think Vigil really threw off their game there. The attackers didn't know and they didn't have any drones either. Zofia wasn't really using her her grenades, her impact launcher, right? So she could have really opened up those mute jammers before they sent their drones in. They have no information on Vigil, and they had no information on the site, so they didn't know where to peek. So the defenders really took that, and they grabbed the kills, and that was a really good round by them.
Yeah, the mute jammers coming in clutch for the defenders, really proving to be the strong point as a forward round number 5. The 2-round advantage for the Teen Titans as they go back to a trophy room defense. If they win here, they will be forced to defend Kitchen once again. Kitchen once again. So they were really good on that as well. This looks to be a very interesting map so far. The Blackbeard being put on once again. The attackers reading into the trophy push, the trophy side defense. Ham41 was on top of his shots yesterday. Really haven't seen him perform so far. His sledge though did manage to get the control on the 90 hallway that they needed, but unfortunately the defenders were just on top of their guns, on top of their aim, and they knew exactly what they needed to do.
I'm sure nobody wants to be on top of their guns, Emmett.
On top of their aim.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm just not in my element today. I'm not feeling well, as you can clearly tell by my voice.
Get well soon, Ahmed.
Thank you. As you can see, the Blackbeard rappelling onto the roof. I thought he was going to break open the 90 window, possibly put some pressure on from there, but no, he will be rotating all the way, possibly into master bedroom. Last time around, the Twitch of Pablo Discobar was able to move all the way into the 90 hallway and have a nice crossfire established by the dog of by the Blackbeard of Ham for one. Let's see how they work around it this time, and how the defenders actually account for that crossfire and make sure it's not being established, and they get the right kills at the right time, and the flanks coming out by the Jaeger are actually timed perfectly. As you can see, the Blackbeard now moving into the closet, just vaulting in, his position being given away by the sound possibly. The Legion possibly aware that someone has actually made their way in, as Pupo on that Thatcher will move in, but a quick flurry of kills by both sides as the Zofia of Chersyman has been lost and being quickly traded off to the Mute. So the Mute jammers will still persist for some time, but no, his C4 will be lost, as well as that.
So our chat is pretty disappointed that Hasiba is not here today. Hasiba, we miss you.
Yeah, Hasiba, we miss you. As another trade coming out, so a 3v3 once again. The Twitch being lost to the Jaeger. Now a 2v3, and it's only the Hibana and the Thatcher of Pupo being left. A 2v2. The Hibana getting the kill, but the Pupo is actually down in bathroom. It's all Maestro getting a nice kill. The Hibana peeking in, rotating on the bathroom, realizing that someone's peeking. But no, it's down to a 1v1. The Legion is dead, and it's the Hibana versus the Maestro. The Maestro has intel on the Hibana. The ping's coming in, just making sure he's teasing and wasting as much time as he possibly can. A lot of time
What
left
is
on.
Hibana doing? The room
I
when
don't
she
know.
knows Maestro's controlling the cam.
She can just shoot it, but no, she decides not to. She has more things on her mind right now. Maestro in a very powerful position, as you can see all the way through to bathroom from here. Just some pre-fires coming in, those pre-made holes on that wall coming in, but no, what
And
a
she didn't have
beautiful
enough
shot.
time.
It's
Yeah.
not enough time coming in. She had to make the side push, but the Maestro actually being in such a powerful position that he had to just land his shots and win the round for the team. Amazing defense, amazing shake up on that defensive lineup to make that trophy defense work as well. The attackers not really changing anything specifically to deal with all that anchor heavy defense that Team Titans
Yeah,
are bringing.
they're really letting those Maestro cams hurt them. You know, they should just deal with them as early as possible.
Yeah, the Zofia moving into 90 was definitely not the play, as he could have easily gone into as this
Yeah.
just interrupts my train of thought, as a blitz now being brought on. A possible sixth pick. Guess we'll find out the final attacking round for Meme Team. They could be thinking for a blitz push, you know, you never know. They might just bamboozle the defenders, but no. As I say that, the blitz is being sixth off to a what?
Yeah.
What's going on? This is the next level 200 IQ, 200 billion IQ plays.
I'm
being
not
brought
sure
on
if
by
it's
Meme
200
Team.
billion IQ because there is a Legion on the opposite side and there's no IQ on the attackers, so
Yeah, but the Thatcher will be able to just clear the way for the Blitz to move in. It'll be
yeah, but you know, the Thatcher grenades are not really meant for just clearing out the EMP mine. There's only 3 of them and he has other stuff to do with that shit.
yeah, true. The defenders clearly reading into that Blitz push and bringing that Legion once again, not like realizing that the Legion is a very strong operator, especially on this map with so many choke points that he can place his go mines on, as we go into the final defensive round on a kitchen defense. Not looking good for Mean Team so far. Let's see how they manage to ramp it up on their own defense, as Villa is usually known to be, and as I say this, all 5 attackers actually spawning in near the bedroom, apart from the Blitz. Actually, no, the Blitz being the only one spawning near stable, and he's now just peeking through that window, just teasing the defenders, teasing the alibi, and making sure that she's on her toes at all time. Legion actually prepping that window to possibly catch the attackers off guard, or I don't know, maybe a run out. I don't really know what that window leads to.
Yeah, that window leads to a run out right here. Let me show you. To this room.
Oh, okay, okay. So the laundry. Okay, fair enough. So if the attackers decide to push into laundry, he'll be able to flank them from bicycle room. Fair enough. Fair enough. Um. Yeah, meanwhile, the attackers actually just stalled out as he approached the 1 minute 45 mark. Um, the Blitz now finally deciding to push into the archives room, or
And he is Legion Mind.
the Legion Mines definitely coming into play. As that's two, I think, Legion Mines, but
And he's
no.
down.
That's a quick flurry of kills by the Legion, who was all the way down into basement. He gets two very important kills onto the Zofia and the Blitz, so that's a lot of utility and raw fragging power being off the boards. There's possibly the smokes from the Blitz being lost as well. He will be coming into contact with one more attacker, but no, he
And
will
he
not be
doesn't
able
shoot
to.
fast enough, yeah.
Yeah, he's not able to land the headshot, and the twitch of Pablo Discobar able to bring this back to a 3v3 as the Legion Mines continue to
They're
bully
just
the
fucking
attackers.
everywhere.
Yeah, I know. It's a 3v3 with only 50 seconds left. This is not looking good for the attackers once again. Their time management really
They're not droning
helping.
either.
No droning. The mute jammer is definitely not helping either.
Factor finally decides to use his EMP grenades.
Yeah, after only 5 rounds, he decides to finally use his EMP grenades. Not looking good so far, as there's only 30 seconds left, and Twitch will now finally drone into side. Because of the fact that the mute jammers were pushed on, she will decide to just push in, realizing that, oh no, he was prone, he was unable to see her quick enough, and no, the Twitch push is shut down once again by the Jaeger, down to a 2v2, Wannabe Plat and Huppo versus the mute and Legion, the Jaeger, and Huppo actually landing a nice shot, so it's down to 1v1, the diffuser has finally been planted by Mean Team, 5 rounds in, and no, the Jaeger, beautiful shot onto the Thatcher, and he will be having a lot of time to make this defuse happen. It's a 5v1 defensive round for Team Titans. Really poor attack once again, not enough post plant coverage, and poor positioning by Mean Team. And
yeah, there was just poor droning, and they just had no intel. It seems that like Twitch was the only one droning, and I think that the mute had a really good part to play in this. So Thatcher should have really decided to use his grenades a lot earlier.
Yeah, or maybe the Twitch should have gone in to get rid of the mute jammers, the crucial mute jammers that were near the sites, but the mute was actually...
Oh yeah, Thatcher or Twitch, either of them could have really taken care of the mute jammers, but that could have really opened up a lot of intel for the attackers. But they were just going in blind, and that's the early kill onto Blitz, and then it really did. They got the diffuser down. It was a roller coaster of a round, but still, the defenders managed to get it in the end.
And now we go into the role swap, as now Team Titans will be on the attack. Let's see how they manage to work this around, as they will not be bringing the Maverick and just be bringing the Hibana on Movo, and Ghosty on that Thatcher will be a very important duo, as their coordination might be the thing that may be able to cripple the entire Mean Team defense, as they will be going to ABT for their first defensive round. The Echo being brought though, that's a very influential pick, not going for that Maestro. I would really say that maybe bringing both of them would have been okay at this point, because the more info they have, I mean, Maestro doesn't have a bad gun at all. He has he has the only LMG in the defenders, if you don't count the Lord. Yeah, he has the only movable LMG on the defender side, so bringing the Maestro wouldn't have hurt at all. But no, they have a different defense strategy in mind, as a couple of fountain spawns coming in, as well as some ruin spawns.
We don't see a mute this time, so hopefully the attackers, they will have better droning.
Yeah, hopefully we will see a lot more droning coming out from Team Titans, as the Blackbeard just crouch walking onto that 90 window, possibly looking to repel in, as this looks like a master bedroom take once again. No, she's just gonna pre-fire onto the study windows, and the attackers possibly looking to move in from master bedroom. A swift run for that, as well as she just goes in, possibly having, yeah, there you go, the drones. Actually, she's been drone in, the Hibana being drone, so that's very good drone work coming in from the Team Titans, as the Hibana is being droned in and being relayed all this information that she requires to actually just move in all the way to trophy and looking into the 90 hallway. Meanwhile, the defenders just holding on their angles. Not a lot of roam going on by the defenders, so that's very interesting to see, as the Ash will use one of her charges to open the flooring. So that's some position for giving away, but no, the Rook will look to impact Craig, and thank you for the Hibana Palace, but no, she will just Hibana the wall into bar, so the impact Craig there not working. As now you can see the defenders are stuck inside, unable to move. But no, that's the gold vault actually. The gold wall has actually been opened. The smoke now just smoking in, making sure the Ivana does not have an easy time. As the second smoke canister goes off, as the Jaeger of Pupo is now off the board. 4v5 with a minute left. This is not looking good for the attackers at all. But no, another kill coming in. The Ash just rushing on into sight. Another flurry of kills. It's down to a 3v3 now. The Legion putting all the way out. No, he will get flashed. He will come all the way back into safety up. But no, Chelsea Man on that Echo, just on top of his shots. And another kill by the smoke on that SMG-11, and he will just clean it up. The Blackbeard vaulting in. Pablo Discobar.
I'm not sure that was a really good decision, because they did just give the defenders the diffuser. Even if it was down to a 3v1, I'm sure that was pretty unwinnable for the attackers at that point.
Yeah, the attackers obviously not enough information gathered once again. Not knowing where the defenders are playing and where they're
Saad,
defending
your mic
from.
is too loud. Saad? There's some noise in your mic.
Unfortunate. As we go into the eighth round, sorry, of this matchup, 5-2, Meme Team looking for a comeback as they now go to a trophy statuary defense, bring the Maestro once again and not an Echo. I would say just bring both of them at this point, as the utility is far more important than they realize. The Bandit being 6th pick off though, a Bandit with a Mew would be something very powerful, and they will not be able to open a lot of points. Okay, once again, a 6th pick not being utilized the way it's actually supposed to be, and a Bandit being 6th pick off to the Bandit. Chat just wanting to see the scorecard around. If you can just have the scorecard on screen. Meanwhile, the defense sets up their strat. So, wannabe plat on that Bandit now, top fragging for the team. Meanwhile, Shax and Movo already in double digits with 13 and 10 kills. This is not looking good for Meme Team, as Movo and Shax are just on top of their shots now. Bandit bringing barbed wire, so I don't know if that's a miscalculation on their part or not, as the C4 is a very important utility that you will usually not want to give away. The Mute bringing both the MP5K and the SMG-11. Usually you would want that the shotgun, but no, I think he just wants the long range ability of the MP5K. Twitch just taking on into study, making sure that's all cleared up, possibly having a drone in front of her, making sure that it is in fact clear. Thatcher rappelling up, Legion actually all the way down in Archives room. If he's not droned out, he will actually be in a very prime flank position, and if the attackers are not wary of his position, he will be able to put on a lot of flanks to the Twitch as well as the Thatcher. It'll be interesting to see as one of the shock drones for the Twitch are still in her hands. Thatcher just peeking on into the master bedroom, making sure there's no one standing on the windows, opening up. Yeah, there we go. The Thatcher using one of his EMP grenades early on in the round. The utility being used properly this time. As the Havanas moves all the way into the closet. The Ash with the hollow peeking a very, very long angle. Not something you want to do, especially with a hollow, which is not a very suitable site for those. The Twitch being put on the flank wash as the Legion
Attackers have
will look to
located a
put
bomb.
one on. He will soon be finding, and no, just Twitch is coming off the flank watch, and no, she will find a beautiful shot onto the mute of Chelsea Man. That's down to a 4v5 with a minute left. She will move downstairs, realizing there is someone playing downstairs. The Legion on the flank, waiting to push upstairs and waiting for the info from the attackers as master bedroom control is in hands of the attackers. And as I say this, the Maverick being lost. It's down to a 4v4 with not a lot of time left, and the attackers haven't actually gained any substantial site control and no defuse plant going on yet. And as I say that, another defender goes down. That's the Bandit. It's down to a 3v3 though, a refrag coming in, and the Twitch already on low health has now been killed. Only 20 seconds left. The Sledge unfortunately is flashed by his own teammate. And a C4 kill coming up, and a quick flurry of kills coming in. It's all down to the Jaeger of Pupo, who will not be able to live for really very long. And it's match point for. Actually, no, it's a 6-2. So match point for Team Titans. Meme team definitely not looking on top of their game. Definitely not the meme team we saw in the final map yesterday. On border 6-2 scoreline, map point. What do you think, Saad?
I think Maverick could have really made a difference there for them, but he was just killed by Bandit, behind the wall. He did drone him out, Maverick did drone Bandit out, but I think he made the right decision in peeking through the door. He could have really gotten the kill by just making a little hole into the wall. He did see Bandit. He was behind that wall, so I'm not sure if that was the right decision.
I would say that, yeah, but the Maverick is not like making holes on a wall that the defenders are constantly having an eye on is very difficult for the Maverick to actually live through, because they will be pre-firing into any holes that are being made. And to look for the head of the Maverick, he really needed some cover from his teammates who would then peek into that
Attackers need to locate and defuse the
hole
Oh
to make
yeah,
sure he's
you're
not
right, but
refragged.
there was one person downstairs and then there was one person in astronomy. So Bandit was really the only person on that area. So I'm not sure if Maverick could, use his utility properly.
That is fair enough. As we go on to the 9th round, possibly the last round of this defense, of this map actually, as Popo just making, the Jaeger just making sure that the window is smashed up and does not
10 seconds to go.
hinder the Maestro cam. I don't know. Let's see where Ham for one decides to put his Maestro cameras, possibly one near the master bedroom,
The bomb.
and as you can see the attacker phase coming on now, possibly the last attack phase of this map, as Team Titan is looking on top of their game right now. The Zofia actually, as we just missed out, was 6th pick on from the Ying. So that was something that we missed on in the start. The Ying could have been a very influential operator in the start, in the side push, or maybe clearing out any rover downstairs, which was the Legion of Pablo Discobar last time around. But this time, let's see where he is playing, as Zofia has made her way all the way into the aviator room, and looking on the trophy stairs now. As you can see on the scoreboard, Shax just fragging out of his mind. How many kills does he have, Ryan?
16 kills.
16 kills in 8 rounds. There's another kill coming on by the Ash of Shaq. This is not looking good for the defenders as the Ash is put down to half health, and another kill. So that's the Rook and the Legion down. That's a lot of the roam down as the Ash just pushes on all the way into site. Another kill and refragged finally, but it's all down to 2v4 with the Bandit and the Maestro being left. And no, the Rook and the Maestro being left all alone in the site. The ACOG LMG will be really influential as to how but he's being blinded by the Zofia, but no, he manages to get killed, but the Rook is down. It's all down to the Maestro, but no, he's unable to clutch this round out, and the attackers will take the final round, a quick 7-2 victory, 14 Titans, and really poor performance by Meme Team. Team Titans really showing up on this first map, so good half right now, and we'll be shortly coming back to you with the second map, which is going to be Clubhouse. Shaxx just fragging out of his mind with 18 kills on the board. Movo, and now we will be going for a break, and we'll be coming back to you very shortly. And we are back with the second map of this matchup, which is Clubhouse. And this time around, it is Meme Team on the defense once again. Let's see how they play this one out. The bans coming in, and the Jackal ban. Once again, Jackal being banned by Meme Team. I have to really question why they are banning this Jackal, because so many roams are coming out by Teen Titans. They really should be reading into this and not banning Jackal. But once again, and Dokkaebi being banned by Teen Titans, so they both teams definitely wanting to roam as far and as much as possible, as the Dokkaebi and Jackal alongside the Lion, who is auto banned, are the dream duo, a dream trio for that roam clear, and they will not be available. No Heart Breacher ban on Clubhouse, though. Very interesting.
Which
Okay, what do you have to say about that?
it looks
That
like they're just trying to ban roamers and roam banners clearers. And Pulse, another very strong roamer banned out on Clubhouse.
so the interesting bans coming out nonetheless. No Heartbeater ban, so a Thermite, uh, Hibana and Maverick on the attackers, and for the defenders, Maestro, Echo, and Mira being available. So many operators being left on the board. This is going to be a very interesting match to see. Can't wait for it to start. Straight away, the Jaeger, Valkyrie, and Maestro being picked. A Legion. Be interesting to see what the final pick is, and a Mute. And on the attackers, will they bring that multiple heart breach duo or possibly a trio as well? And no, choosing not to bring them yet, as a sledge being brought possibly for the grenades, as it is a church defense. First time around, church being one of the most defendable sides still, and a glass being picked onto from a sledge. So a glass definitely a very influential operator. Both teams now have someone or something that can look through the smokes that will
Attackers
be
need to
planted
locate
on
and
both
defuse as
sides.
many bombs
Um,
as they can.
the Valkyrie cams that will be brought on by one of the plat will be interesting, as they are very influential, and no IQ being brought by the attackers means that they will be forced to manually spot them, as one of the Jaeger ADS is being put on the doorway towards blue, so any projectiles coming in from the blue hatch or possibly the oil pit will be blocked off into the site.
10 seconds left.
The hatch being
5 seconds to go.
reinforced as well, so they know that the heart breaches will be coming in, but no Hibana being brought by the attackers. I will have to question this choice, because a Hibana on a Clubhouse is some consider to be one of the most important operators, and maybe more important than Thermite himself, especially on a church take, because he's able to open so many drop downs. But the attackers will not have that utility this time around. Teen Titan choosing not to bring her, as the Jaeger is roaming all the way on the top floor. A very influential position nonetheless, as he is on those red stairs. Will be able to flank anyone in the kitchen or the blue area. The Thermite opening.
Yeah.
Wait, what did you say, Saad?
Yeah, he is opening up tunnel, so it looks like somebody is in tunnel, a very important angle for the attackers to have while they are.
Okay, fair enough. The glass droning himself into tunnel, so a possible smoke push all the way into the dirt tunnel will be a very important. He just pre-fires into the side. He will be shot all the way from the kitchen window. Wow, an amazing run out by the Mute. He will down the glass, so a lot of utility on the side of the attackers being lost. A lot of raw fragging power lost by the sledge. This roam coming out by the Jaeger and the Mute being very influential so far. Can they continue this though? Will be important bit. The Jaeger coming into contact with someone and decided to rotate all the way. He will be pushing them into bar, just pre-firing into the lounge area. Will light someone up, and he will get the kill onto the Zofia, I believe. Um, no, the Thatcher. So the Thatcher being lost by the attacker is a very influential pick, as the Goo Mines are still on the board, and another kill onto the Thermite. So that's a lot of utility lost for the attackers, all down to the Ash Zofia, the Soft Breach Dream duo. Can they bring this back from the brink, as they are both in blue? Two people in blue, their positions possibly being given away, as C4 by the Mute will possibly be wasted. Not a lot of damage done to Zofia, who will decide to rotate all the way to the main stairs. Meanwhile, the Ash in blue has been downed, and Zofia's flank position given away by that Goo Mine, so she will pre-fire into the main hallway, but no, swiftly taken down by the Jaeger, who has been a very
By the mute of
influential
Clutter Kiss, actually.
Oh, my bad. That's my bad. So the Mute coming in clutch at the end, finishing out the round. A perfect round, I believe. I
So,
think there was
Ahmad, what
one.
do you think about, how Jaeger just killed Thatcher there?
Uh,
I'm not sure that was the best use of Thatcher's utility. He just used it like a flashbang, and Jaeger just took advantage of that, because it does take time to take your gun back out, and he just sprung onto the Thatcher there and got a kill.
I have to really doubt the Thatcher's decision to actually push into bar with not enough droning or information on that Jaeger and his position of play, because I think he thought that the Thatcher thought that Jaeger has rotated all the way into the bathroom or the main stairs or the kitchen, but no, he decided to stay there, crouch behind the cover of the bar, and just peek out. So brilliant play by the Jaeger of Chelsea, man, who will be bringing him out once again, as they are now going on to a CCTV, a complete opposite of the previous site, as they will now have to roam possibly on the main or downstairs floor. That is if they decide to roam at all, because CCTV usually you would have someone roaming near the gym bedroom area or the garage. You will have someone garage regardless, because those Raptors, as you can see, the garage walls being reinforced as well. So the Raptors position being more reinforced once again, making that position all the more powerful. And the defender who will be playing up there will have just a little more cushion to play up against. Handful one bringing the bandit now. Will possibly be looking for a bandit trick, the way it's looking by his positioning so far. The echo being brought out. Blind Clutcher Kiss will be a very influential in this round if his echo drones are not spotted out, because of the fact that no IQ is being brought out by the attackers. So let's see how he decides to place them, and possibly if he dies early, will they be able to relay the information that they need? 3 spawns on the warehouse though, as they now rappel up onto the balcony. The Thermite and Thatcher possibly looking to open up the wall early, which will not be made possible because of the bandit tricking. Thatcher just throwing in one of his nades, making sure the bandit loses some of his utility. Definitely not the way you want to use the Thatcher, because he only has 3 nades and the bandit has 4 batteries. One Thermite will go down, and it will not be Thermite bandit tricked actually. That's very poor timing on the behalf of the bandit, as he's unable to bandit trick the wall. The Thermite charge, the CCTV wall will be opened up, and the attackers making really good time. Ran, if we just get rid of the AR. Yeah, thank you. The Jaeger of Chelsea, man, now playing on the rafters, a very important position for the defenders to hold for as long as possible, because if the attackers decide to push in from that server wall that is now opened up, the roamer that is playing on this garage rafters will be able to flank someone who has pushed in. Meanwhile, Wannabe Plat on that Legion will find the kill on the Ash. So I think the Ash moving into bedroom. That flank has now been negated and all attackers are now situated outside that garage balcony area. The clutcher kiss on that echo drone all the way down in basement. He will spot someone down there. The Ying going down and all of that utility that the Ying could have possibly brought on. The lack of droning coming out once again. Not looking good for the attacker so far, as the meme team is on top of their on their aims once again. Sorry for my mischoice of words. The Jaeger now finally being droned out. The Thermite now has the information on the Jaeger and will decide to possibly rotate, open the garage wall that is underneath the Jaeger and push on, but no. The bandit of Hamza being lost now, so a 4v3, but not a lot of time left for the attackers to play with. They will have to push this. Sai, get the plant down. The Thermite looking to see if he can push into side, but no, he will be backing away. The Jaeger pushing onto he's very low on health. He has been lit up to about 5 health. He will be pre-firing all the way outside, but no, he will get quick refrags coming out, but no, it's down to a 1v2 all left for the Mira to clutch this out. Meanwhile, the plant being going down outside. It's down to a 1v1 between the Thatcher and the Thermite and the Mira. The Mira on a bit of low health. She will spot the Thermite as the pings are constantly being given away, but no, the Thermite pre-fires on the door and gets the shot on the Mira. So a beautiful recovery by the attackers, realizing the importance of their aim and realizing that so much despite the fact that they had lost so much manpower early on in the round, losing the Ash and the Ying, a lot of utility and raw frag power being lost, they were able to recover gracefully and get that round. I have to say that was a bit of a throw by a meme team. What do you think?
Yeah, Bandit shouldn't have lost that wall as early as he did. He was being distracted by the drones. He shouldn't have really been distracted by those drones, unless it was like Twitch drone or something, and he wasn't even being pushed from below, from the soft floor. So yeah, I think that really did hurt the.
Yeah, as we are now once again going to a CCTV cash room defense, the Pablo Escobar bringing out the alibi, sixing onto Tachanka? No, surely you will not go for a Tachanka, and he will actually go for the Jaeger, just teasing the audience, making sure that we are entertained as much as they are in the match as well.
Yeah, Tachanka is definitely too powerful to be played.
Yeah, surely. The Mira being brought on once again by Jersey Man, so it'll be interesting to see where she decides to put them this time around, because last time her mirrors were not very influential at all. The attackers just swiftly moved on into sight, and the Echo drones, despite the fact that they were giving a lot of info, the Echo being lost was unable to stop that plant and save this round, and the attackers got the win that time around. And this time, let's see what they do differently. Let's see what they change on that defense, as the Montagne being brought. Somehow that's completely eluded my mind, but the Blackbeard and the Montagne being brought out by Team Titan, so they don't want to mess around at all, and they're going all in as Ghosty and Badger.
Yeah, Montaigne will definitely go for this garage push. The attackers did realize that, in the last round that, they didn't put an ACOG man in garage, so it'll definitely be very easy for Mont to push, unless he's Legion Mine.
Unless he's Legion Mine, yeah, and he'll be droning ahead of himself, almost losing the drone to the oil pit. That would have wasted some time for him to actually bring that back, but no, he's able to recover that drone, and he will just be droning on top of the rafters, realizing there is someone playing up there, and it should be a very interesting push into this garage, because the Jaeger does have some ADSs upstairs, up with him, and no grenades being brought out by the attackers, so very difficult push for the attackers to make, and he is reinforced by wannabe Plat on that Legion, who will be throwing down any goo mines that he has as soon as he gets them. He does have one in his pocket right now, just ready to, but no, the Blackbeard just finds him from all the way into the balcony. The softball
Very
being
nice
left.
shot, yeah.
A very nice shot by the Blackbeard. No health left at all. No health lost by the Blackbeard. And the Jaeger is forced to scurry all the way away from the garage rafters. And garage control has been effectively given away to the attackers. A lot of important map control. Meanwhile,
Bandit is putting that charge down right in front of Monty. Unbelievable.
unbelievable. No coverage for the Bandit at all, and the wall will actually be open and the Bandit being lost. So not enough team play, not enough coordination coming in from the team, as we saw in the first round. Not enough from there. Now they have 45 seconds to actually push in the side. The Jaeger in the garage was not thrown down, his position not given away, but he will be able to catch one of them off guard. That was the Thatcher, but no, the Blackbeard doing so much damage as he is concussed now, but he has made his way all the way into sight. He will be pushing all the way into cash, but the Echo inside Jim bedroom, he
And
is
suddenly
nowhere
the
near.
attackers are defending and the defenders are attacking.
Yeah, the plant has gone down. The Echo having no choice but to just wait and see if anyone would decide to push him. The tables have certainly been turned. He will get flashed out. He will pre-fire into the door, but the Ash cleaning up the round, getting the kill on the Echo. And what an amazing take by the attackers this time around. Definitely, unfortunately, we will be going for a rehost, I believe. Yeah, we will be going for a rehost. So unfortunately, after such an amazing round, we will be going for a rehost. Yeah, we will be back with you very shortly. And we are back with the fourth round of this matchup between Team Titans and Meme Team. The first map being lost by Meme Team in the favor of Team Titans. And now round number four on the second map on Clubhouse. Let's see how
Wait a
this
minute,
works
we will
out.
have a rehost because we swapped roles incorrectly. This will be a fast rehost, don't worry.
Due to some unfortunate mistakes being made earlier on, we are now back with round number four. Uh, it was not even the reveal phase, so the either side not knowing what the attackers or the defenders are bringing. As we now go on to a CCTV cash room defense again. The Capitao now being brought on with the Blackbeard. It'll be a very influential choice by the attackers because the Capitao can, because the site on the CCTV site is so small, once the armory wall is open, he can block off so many rotates, but no. Okay, so the Montagne being brought on once again, and Hamza actually switching off, six picking off the Bandit. Will he go for that bandit to bandit again? But no, the mirror now being brought out. That's very good. Um, the Mira being a very powerful operator
Attackers
for
need
this
to locate
site.
and defuse
Unfortunately,
the
her
bomb
utility was
located.
not very important in the last couple of rounds. Let's see what they change up this time around. They will once again go for that reinforcement on the garage wall. They will be looking to hold garage for as long as possible, but the Montagne will be a spearhead for the push towards garage, and garage for the defenders will be very difficult to hold as the Shield of Monty pushes into the garage stairs. Back in the day when garage didn't
10
have
seconds
a
left.
staircase and it had a ladder, this would never have been a case.
5 seconds
CCTV
left.
back then was not a very viable site as well. So
Attackers recover the
the
bomb.
map
Attackers
buff that
protect the
came
diffuser
around
once the bomb
about a year ago now, it feels like yesterday, but it was actually a year ago. Now actually feels very important for the defenders now as they're going back to the CCTV a third time. This late Valkyrie camera being thrown out from stockroom could be very important if it's not spotted by the attackers, and if it's in the right position, it could allow for a lot of runouts from the garage door, the blue window, and the stockroom door. Um, the defenders definitely looking for that aggression once again. The Echo just sitting by the gym and bedroom side of the building. Definitely not what you want, because the last time around the Echo was so far off site, he was unable to rotate back in time to stop the plant and possibly get a retake on. And as you can see, no bandit being brought, so this armory wall will sorry, the CCTV wall will be lost very swiftly and very quickly. Um, Definitely not the right choice made by the attackers. Let's see how they decide to play from it. Maybe they're deciding to bait the attackers into an easy Montagne push into the site, whereas if they don't decide to take the garage, they will be forced to get all these flanks from the people playing in garage. But no, the Monty will actually push all the way up to the garage rafters. This is not looking good for the Legion, who's actually now stuck between a rock and a hard place. He will now get pressured from the soft wall in CCTV. He's just looking for anyone who decides who will be peeking. Meanwhile, the Monty just staring at him. And the Echo gets a nice kill onto the Blackbeard. Not something you see every day, as the weak, well, supposedly weak gun of Echo just clearing out the Blackbeard, and now it's down to a 4v5. Not a lot of time left for the attackers to make this push happen. The Monty just being the nuisance that he is. Meanwhile, the Legion has to look on so many angles, and he will be taken down by the Thatcher. It's down to a 4v3. He is being pushed by multiple angles. The Legion mines living on that were littered around for the Monty to actually eat, but no, the Thatcher will move on to get one of those, and another kill coming on to the Echo. So the Echo refrag from the earlier on, and another kill by the Ash, who has run all the way into connector. She will peek in, she will get some damage on, but no, she will get... The Jaeger is lit up so much, he's on very low health, and it's down to a 1v4 for the Jaeger. This is not looking good, and once again, the attackers running rampant on this CCTV attack. The meme team has no answer for this Ash push, this late Ash flank that comes from bedroom. They have no idea how to deal with that, because they're so focused on the Monty pushing from the garage and the the CCTV wall being opened as well. They just have so many angles to look out for. They have no clue that the Ash is also coming in from a totally different angle, and she just bombards them. An amazing pinch by the attackers, as the defenders will now finally decide to move sides and go back to the church side that has been finally opened up. They're definitely leaning towards this church defense. Maybe they'll be able to salvage a round finally, or the IQ being brought now. The IQ and the Twitch being brought. The Twitch will be six pick off. Let's see who Ghosty goes for this time around. The Maestro being brought, and the Caveira. The Caveira brought on by the substitute that is Fletcher Kiss, Hassan, bringing out the Caveira. and the attack is actually going for the Zofia, probably looking to go on that roam hunt for the Caveira, looking to clear from top to bottom, and reading into the fact that this is in fact a church defense. The double heart breaches being brought, the Thermite and the Hibana, they'll be very influential as the Hibana will be able to open up so many drop downs. The only set of impact grenades being brought by the Legion of Tursiman. It'll be very interesting to see how they're able to counter all this utility being brought by the attackers, the IQ and the Hibana and the Hibana Thermite, the double heart breacher duo, as we are just going into the action phase right now. Legion actually barricading oil pit, not something you see happening every day. They definitely don't want anyone to be pushing in from that side. A singular spawn all from main gate and a spawn peak actually coming on to the IQ. Amazing pick by the Jaeger of
Pablo Discobar.
Pablo Discobar, sorry, of Pablo Discobar. Yeah, the Jaeger getting a very influential kill. So all those goo mines and the mute jammers now are more safe than ever. I have to say, the IQ just not checking her corners and not making sure that there is no spawn peak going around. Mute now setting up his jammers, knowing that they cannot be shot down by the IQ. And a quick flurry of kills as a trade coming off, the Hibana taking the head off of the Jaeger. But meanwhile, the Zofia being lost, the Ash being lost. The Ash being lost, so I would say a fair trade. The Ash and Jaeger both off the board. The Ash Jaeger mains will definitely be rolling in their graves right now. But now finally the roam of the Jaeger put to rest.
Emma, sorry to stop you, but do we still have Tart with us?
I don't think so.
Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, he's here. He's just very, very silent as the Hibana now
just
finally
not wanting to steal your thunder, Emma.
No, actually, okay, leave it.
just leave it. Yeah, what is this? So this guy, I can't really see who he is, but I think it's the mute who is sitting inside the bar. The Caveira actually is very patient, mongoose-like reflexes, is waiting for anyone to push on the way into the and no, she will get a shotgun kill onto the Hibana and quickly reflagged by the Zofia, but that's the Hibana lost. But no drop downs being opened at all, and they have to go for a full frontal assault on the basement stairs. Thermite, let's see what Thermite decides to open. He has gone for the he just dropped into Moto. Moto actually.
The attackers are definitely pressed for time.
They are pressed for time as they don't have a lot of time to work with. Mute in a very powerful position to stop this Thermite pushing into Moto. He will peek but miss a lot of crucial shots. It's down to a 2v2 between the Maestro and Legion and the Thermite and the Zofia. This is looking not looking as good for the defender as it was, but a beautiful shot coming on by the Maestro. But no, sorry, the Thermite as the Maestro and Legion duo not working out. What an amazing clutch by the Zofia and the Thermite, salvaging the round from the clutches of defeat. It looked all but over when the Hibana was lost to the Caveira. The attack is just showing how quickly they can adapt and how quickly they can turn on that aggression as they drop from the motor hatch, the Thermite dropping from motor hatch, and the Zofia possibly going from the basement stairs as she was able to clear out Legion, who was playing inside Armory, I think. Arsenal. I'm not sure where the Legion was playing, but she was able to clear them up very swiftly, and an amazing round by the attackers once again. So we are now down to a 4v1. Team Titans.
So the Clash is being 6-picked out. We do see an Ella, so that's going to be interesting. I think they're trying to stop that Ash Rush as good as they can.
Yeah, Ella definitely one of the most used to be one of the most influential defenders to stopping that Ashe rush, as she could just turn on the aggression so swiftly, able to stop any rush coming in from the Ashe or anyone for that prospect. But no, um, fortunately, we will be going for another rehost, possibly the last rehost being called by Meme Team. We will be back with you very shortly as we. Yeah, and now we are back finally after the rehost final round of this half, the first half, with the meme team on defense looking to salvage possibly another round on Clubhouse. Clubhouse, generally a defender-sided map, but Team Titans just on top of their gunfights and on top of their aim, just killing everything in their path, making sure that none of the strategies that uh, meme team are able to put up with them, and none of them are working so far. Um,
Yeah, meme team really shouldn't have, given those two free rounds to the attacker side when they decided to defend cash three times. They realized they were losing to Monty, and they should really have switched it up a bit.
now once again going to church with was the only site they managed to win, which was the first round. But they did lose it last time around, so not a lot of adaptability coming out by meme team as they are showing that they want to stick to their strats and stick to their plans and just want to stick it out for as long as possible. So,
Hopefully, they will be able to, back on their site here on church. So we will be seeing a more close competition.
hopefully, I mean, I want them to succeed, and everyone wants for this match to go on for as long as possible. Everyone wants this to go to a third map, but certainly it doesn't seem so at this point. The Valkyrie cam on kitchen, though, if there is a push from the kitchen drop down, the Valkyrie cam will be very influential in gathering that information. Unfortunately, no spawn peak coming out this time around, so um, Team Titans will be given easy access into the building as the Zofia just runs all the way into the building. A very interesting way of attacking this as the unbridled aggression by the attackers has worked for them so far, but this is actually the first round I've seen them just rushing into the building with not a lot of droning prior. These Valkyrie cameras will be giving away a lot of positions as the Mute is ready with his shotgun and C4. Jaeger upstairs once again roaming, looking to see if anyone decides to push him and not the site. It'll be a very interesting prospect. The Zofia knows that there is someone up there and someone playing on those stairs, but the Jaeger is just upstairs making some noise, making sure the attackers downstairs are wary of his position. Thermite checking his flanks as well. Very good teamwork and coordination coming in, but unfortunately not netting a lot of kills. He will push up though, a very unwise move by the Thermite as he is down, but refrag by the Ash. But I have to say, a Jaeger lost to a Thermite, not a very balanced trade. You lose a lot of utility, so that's possibly the church wall not being opened up, or any of the drop downs not opened up as Clutcher
Yeah, I
Kiss.
think they have lost a tunnel push with them losing Thermite as well.
Meanwhile, the Clutcher Kiss on that mute shotgun just destroys the Hibana. So that's both the heart breaches gone from the attacker's team. This is not looking good at all as Ash finally moves all the way down to the basement window, main door. Just some pre-fires going in, returning some fire from the side. She will open this wall into Arsenal. So if if she's not seen or kept tabs on, or kept tabs on at all times, she will be able to run all the way. As you can see, she runs all the way into the back of Arsenal. She will be able to, but a flurry of kills comes on the side of the defenders instead of the attackers, as they will be refragging once again. And it's all down to Zofia, who's in the middle of the plant. An amazing kill by the Vande, who will have a lot of time to get this defuse down. A really peculiar attack strategy coming in from the attackers. Really don't know what was going on in their minds, as Zofia just stuck the diffuser as she was the only one alive with, despite the fact that there was some time left for her to stop the plant and maybe go for the frags.
Yeah, the attackers definitely did not have gone as as much on their side as they would have by losing Thermite and Hibana so early on. I just didn't think that they would not, lose those two important hard breachers before, actually droning inside and going in themselves. They should have opened up what they needed to, before just rushing in, as we saw earlier with Zofia as well. She just ran in. I don't think she droned out herself either, or was she droned out by anybody else?
Yeah, not enough droning coming out by the attackers. Some overconfidence coming into play as well, I think. As we now go into the side swap now, Meme Team on the attack now. Let's see how they make that work because their defense was very lackluster. Hopefully their attack won't be, as the first defense will actually be CCTV. Teen Titans not opting for that church, which was very much favored by Meme Team last time around. They're definitely trying to go for that CCTV first time, bringing that bandit. We will possibly be going for the bandit pick on that armory CCTV wall. Meanwhile, Amira being brought alongside the Maestro. So the Maestro will be a very influential operator in this round. He will possibly be putting at least one of his evil eyes on the garage wall. Yeah, yep, you see this position by so many people. It's very difficult to get, as you can see. It's gonna take him a couple of tries to get, but if he can get on top of this stack, this is a very good Maestro camera that can actually get Overwatch onto the entirety of the garage. No spawn peaks coming out once again as we go into the action phase of the first attack around for Team Titans, who are bringing out that Maverick, Thermite, and Hibana. So the triple hard breacher lineup being brought out with the Twitch and the Ash. Teen Titans definitely leaning into the fact that all those hard breaches are available to them. Let's see how they use the Maverick, because we did not see a Maverick in the previous half. It'll be interesting to see how he uses his utility, or where he decides to use his utility. Because
Yeah, I think he's going to be very influential in, look at him how he's doing it. Yeah, he's gonna be able to like prevent bandit tricking.
yeah,
Like
but he
that,
just falls
yeah.
off of it.
I don't
Very
know. I think it's because maybe they thrown the person out. That bandit was not there anymore.
Yeah, and the Thermite will be easily able to open the CCTV wall. Definitely not what you want to see. The C4 being chucked out, missing, and no damage done to the attackers at all. This is not looking good for the defenders right now. They do have control over garage. We don't see anyone pushing into garage right now. So if they do in fact decide to push into CCTV for a plan. Meanwhile, the Ash just running into connector once again. These Ash pushes into connector have been so influential in both of these attacker rounds. Once again, she will be peeking inside, looking to see if anyone is playing in cash, but she will not find anyone just yet. Baiting out if anyone decides to peek from behind the mirror window. She will get lit up by the mirror, just pre-firing into the that pre-made hole. The mirror will decide to play it passively, but meanwhile, a quick flurry of kills coming by the defenders. The refrag finally coming onto the mirror of Movo. So the attack is now on the deficit. It's down to a 2v3. Only the Hibana and Twitch left. Very potent guns on the side of the attackers, but not a lot of time left as the Twitch is now down, as the Hibana now down as well. It's all down to the Twitch of Clutch or Kiss. He has to clutch the Hibana of Wannabe Plat actually, who is all the way down in blue without the diffuser. If the defenders realize that they have down the diffuser, this could be a very easy hold for them. They just have to hold the diffuser as he finally moves into garage. It only takes the entire round for her to actually move into the garage. She will move all the way inside just wasting her time, realizing that she'll just rather go down from the Legion mine, but
yeah.
no. Bandit jumping down, making sure he gets the kill, steals a kill from the Legion, and cleaning up that round. Graceful recovery by the defenders. This is how you account for Ash push into construction later on. There was a nice neat flank coming in from bedroom that was able to nip the attackers in the bud, realizing that they will try to do something that the defenders were doing previously as well. and just clearing it out swiftly.
So we will be seeing a clash. I think she's going to be six picked out though. We do see a Blackbeard on the attacker side. He will be influential in pushing whatever side he needs to because those two shields they initially offer him two free kills if he can land his shots.
It'll
And
be
yes, we
interesting
do
to
see
see.
a sixth pick onto Echo.
Hmm. Echo being brought inside of the clash. I would say might as well bring the clash, keep the attackers on their toes, keep them guessing. Um, the Maestro
Yeah,
Echo,
Clash is a
um,
very powerful operator. When if you have your team behind you.
that's the thing. Not a lot of coordination. A lot of coordination coming in
Yeah,
from the Team Titans. So the Clash could have been a very influential operator, but they're deciding not to. Bringing the Maestro and the Echo, very interesting and powerful lineup coming in from the attackers because you don't usually see both of these defenders alongside a mirror being left for the defenders all the time. But when you do see them and you do see all the three thick boys on the scoreboard, you do know that there's going to be a fight for the attackers to deal with. The Valkyrie being brought as well. So a lot of information gathering operators being brought on by Team Titans. They definitely want to know exactly where the defenders are at all times. They want to keep tabs on them. But the Twitch being brought on could be influential in that part because now they are bringing the Hibana and the Thermite. No Maverick being brought on this time around instead of the Blackbeard, who that could be very influential should they choose to play him right, possibly push him from Dirt Tunnel or maybe the basement stairs or maybe on top some of the hatches. Station him there and make sure to cut off any rotations. The Thermite and Hibana will be able to cut off so many open up so much of the drop downs. Meanwhile, the bandit of Maju is down. And Refrag coming out onto the Blackbeard. So the Blackbeard not being as influential as we would have expected him to be. It's down to a 4v4 as we eclipse the midway point of the round. This is not looking good at all for the attackers, and no
C4 coming out from Valkyrie.
C4 coming out from the Valkyrie, and it's down to a 3v4.
Yeah, Maverick is not really as influential as you would expect on this side because you really don't want to be stuck opening that hatch, because the defenders, they do have information on you, and you really don't want to get C4'd from below, that's just a waste of man.
Yeah, I would agree with that as well. Meanwhile, the Ash deciding to fall off of that basement door, and now she realizes that the Echo has made its way all the way into kitchen. A very peculiar position for the Echo to be playing, as now he has the Ash cornered. He knows exactly where the Ash is, her position given away, but now the attackers finally making their way into sight. Termite playing around this church wall as he does not have any thermite charges to open it up. He'll just peek into sight, pre-firing, making sure no one's actually pushing him yet. Just some pre-fires going in. He'll actually net a kill. No, the Ash actually pushing into blue. A very nice rotate coming in eventually. And another kill by the defenders, and no, a cleanup on the Ash and Thermite, the FBI SWAT duo, not being able to put anything on this map as another 2-6 scoreline as we go for match point in favor of Team Titans. Meme Team just nowhere to be found.
Yeah, they did mount a good comeback in this round. They did bring it to a 2v2, but I guess they just couldn't hold it, together till the end.
They couldn't get the plant down and they couldn't push the site as effectively as they wanted to. I think this has to contribute we have to contribute this to the fact that they had the Echo Maestro and the Valkyrie, so they had a lot of information on the attackers, and they knew exactly where the push was coming from, who was pushing, where they were pushing to, and they were able to work around that information so gracefully, so beautifully, and now a
Yeah, so
Maverick
we
coming
don't
on.
see as much information on the board as last round, so let's see how that works for them.
Yeah, just completely flipping the lineup on its head, and now we see a mirror being brought with the castle and the Jaeger. Um, Definitely some interesting strats that can be pulled from the using their abilities in gym and bedroom. Let's see how Team Titans decide to utilize these operators, as this could possibly be the final round of this map. Team Titans might be going into the night quite swiftly, quite quickly.
So it looks like Mira is going to be putting up a window, facing towards the construction site from that B site, and Castle is going to be putting up a wall behind her, so she's pretty much safe from behind unless, it's opened up.
10 seconds
Mm,
left for insertion.
and we could possibly see a mirror window inside the bathroom as
As
well.
well, yeah.
Is reinforcing this wall into logistics. Um, really don't know where she's putting her mirror windows just yet, as the prep phase has finished up and the attackers are now making their way into these sites.
So it does look like they're not going to be trying to trick the wall this time. It is easier on this site, but I guess they've read into the fact that the other attackers are bringing them Maverick, so it's not as easy. So that is a good decision on their part.
That is a very good decision on their part, regardless of the fact. Um, this is a very interesting way to use that
Bomb
mirror.
located by
Putting it on a hard wall makes that the actually the mirror. What an amazing
Unbelievable
shot!
shot from that, yeah.
The Maverick hole definitely working the wrong way as he peeks through it. The bandit was ready for the peek. He will now go for the bandit trick and will be so safe in his position with only that one Maverick hole to watch out for. As a refract comes on, despite late, but a refract does come on to the bandit. So the bandit is
Definitely
actually down.
not the right way to use Maverick. You really going upside down and opening a line and down between. You going for those OP. Use your utility as good as you can.
Yeah, just unfortunate timing and unfortunate miscommunication coming up, as the sledge is now just pushing all the way away. The bandit is now has been down, and so he will just grenade this mirror window, realizing there's someone playing behind it. But no, a quick recovery by the defenders. The castle on very low HP, but he will down the sledge. It's all down to the thermite of Chelsea, man. It will be cleaned up, and 7-2 scoreline for the defenders. Team Titans win out the final quarterfinal. They will be going into the semifinals, and what an amazing match between Team Meme and Team Titans. I really have to commend Team Titans for showing up and making sure that they showed their dominance over Meme Team. A really fun matchup, but unfortunate for Meme Team that they just couldn't show up when they had to. And
Definitely a good game.
a good game. Meme Team not showing up. Team Titans is dominating throughout the matchup in both maps. In fact, Villa and Clubhouse. A swift cleanup, and Team Titans will be the final semi-finalists of this Bro League tournament. And we will be coming back tomorrow for the semi-finals of Bro League. Good night.